Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some really exciting news for Linux Mint fans, especially if you've been following the progress of both the main Mint release and LMDE. So let's dive right in. Just a few days ago, Clement Lefebvre, the leader of Linux Mint, shared some updates in the project's monthly newsletter. And honestly, there's a lot to unpack here. First up, the Linux Mint team is now shifting focus to LMDE 7, also known as Linux Mint Debian Edition 7. Its codename will be Gigi, and it's going to be based on Debian 13 Trixie. Now, for those of you who don't know, LMDE is basically Mint without the Ubuntu base. Instead, it's built directly on top of Debian. A public beta for LMDE 7 is expected later this September, and it will include all the new features we just saw in Linux Mint 22.2 Zara, which came out earlier this month. But here's where things get interesting. Unlike Mint 22.2, which shipped with the newer Linux kernel 6.14, LMDE 7 will likely stick with the Linux 6.12 LTS kernel from Debian's Trixie repositories, so it's a bit more conservative, but still solid for long-term support. Another big change, OEM installation support. This was already introduced during the Mint 22.2 development cycle, but now it's officially working smoothly on top of the Debian base. So if you're someone who installs Linux Mint on machines for others, this is going to make life way easier. And of course, since Debian 13 Trixie dropped 32-bit support, LMDE 7 will only be available for 64-bit systems. Now that's not all. Clement also mentioned that the team has been busy adapting changes from libadwaita 1.5 to 1.7 and reapplying their patches for LMDE 7. So yes, lots of behind-the-scenes polishing is happening right now. But what about the mainline Linux Mint series? Well, the devs also confirmed that Linux Mint 22.3, based on Ubuntu 24.04 LTS Noble Numbat, is planned for release in December 2025. And this one sounds really exciting because it's going to introduce some long-awaited features, including a revamped applications menu for the Cinnamon desktop, a new status applet, and even Wayland support for keyboard layouts and input methods. So yeah, 2025 is shaping up to be a pretty exciting year for Linux Mint fans. First, we get LMDE 7 beta later this month, and then by December, we'll see Linux Mint 22.3 dropping with some much needed upgrades. That's it for today's update. If you're a Mint user, let me know in the comments at Kiosk Party. Are you more excited for LMDE 7 or for the new Cinnamon features coming in Mint 22.3? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss the next Linux update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.